Assalamu alaikum. My name is Javeria, and the project that I am presenting today is unveiling the statistics of T20 World Cup victories. So the basic purpose behind my project is to tell people how mathematics is related in our daily lives. And for this project, I have used different statistical techniques to analyze how successful chase is dependent upon different independent variables. And the model that I have used is the logistic regression model. And the purpose behind using this model was because my dependent variable successful chase is a binary variable. It either gives a 1 or a 0 for win or lose. So I have used a logistic regression model, and my independent variables were toss decision, first inning score, time, round and year. And this is the logistic regression equation that I have, this is the general formula, and this is the one that I have calculated. And this is the value of the intercept that I have calculated from here. And logit P represents basically the probability of successful chase. And then I have used the estimates of these values, and I have calculated the regression equation. Then I also calculated the ANOVA table, and all these tables have been made by using the code which I have designed in R Studios, and I also have that in my laptop as well. And ANOVA table basically works that the variable which gives the highest value for the deviance, that is basically the most significant variable. So as we can see that the first inning score gives the highest value among this column. So the first inning score is the most significant variable which significantly affects the successful chase. And then I also calculated the confidence interval for odd ratios, and this basically works that the values which do not contain a 1 in their 5% interval, they are the most significant ones. And as we can see from these tables, all these values, toss decision during for the ball, time for the night time, round, here, these all contain a 1 or a number greater than 1. But for first inning score, we can see that there isn't any 1. So the variable which does not contains a 1, for that confidence interval of odd ratios, that is the most significant variable. So again, from these two tables, we can see that again first inning score is the most significant variable. And this is the confusion matrix, and it is basically the values that were observed and the expected results which were gained after the match. So जो मैंने predict किए थे उसमें से 70% of the matches I predicted them that there wasn't a successful chase, and my result was true. And this is the type 1 error that I predicted them true, but I predicted them false, but they weren't. The match was there was a successful chase. So this was 31, this is 32 and 72. And the accuracy of this confusion matrix is approximately 69%, because if we add these two, because these are the two successful ones, and divided by the total 203 observations, it gives a percentage of 69% approximately. Then we have the area under the curve, and I have plotted it against the true positive rates and the false positive rates. The values that I calculated them, and the result were true in actual matches as well. So these are plotted against the vertical line, and there we have the false positive rates, and the area under this curve was approximately 77%. And this shows that my data, because it is greater than 0.5, so it shows that my result, my model is good to go. Not that much good, but it is good to go because it is 77% and greater than 50% because it is above the diagonal line. And obviously it can't be 1% because it's not an ideal case. Then I also applied Hosmer-Lem's show goodness of fit test, and these dotted lines basically show that how deviated my result is from the diagonal line. And if we draw a diagonal on it, these lie very close to the diagonal lines. This is the expected number of success and the observed number of success, and these lie very close to the diagonal, so it shows that the result was good to go. Again, for the failures, the dots were again very close to the diagonal, and for the third graph as well, that my results were very near to the diagonal. So this test also shows that that my model is good to go, and the p-value for my complete model was approximately 60%. So my entire model is 60% accurate. And for future work, I am planning to apply some machine learning techniques to my project, because as we have seen that the field of data sciences is more in is like in future it is more it is going to be more useful. So I am trying to inculcate some machine learning techniques to my project as well, and this is my complete project.